We're in the middle of this giant execution arena where there's thousands and thousands of Geonosians cheering and screaming as they are led to the wolves. You're trapped in an impossible situation with no means of escape. Well, the arena scene in the picture starts out as an execution, and then it turns into a giant battle with Jedi. And then that turns into the Clone War. Reel 6, as we call it.
There are only 100 Jedi available, and most of them were at Jedi resorts where we go and rest. We had to call them out.
There's 200 Jedi Knights who flooded into the arena fighting on the arena ground. To create that scene, we're filming each Jedi one at a time with 2 different cameras, so we can actually take the part of that fight that we like, and then we can actually composite them all together in one big fight where there'll be 100 of them all together in one shot.
A lot of it is that more than the other kind of movie, this depends on trust. And if you don't quite know what's happening, you get, especially actors, get very nervous. You know, especially when there's nothing to hang on to. And I don't even know everything that's going to be there until I actually start working on it.
It really is like a giant sketchbook, giving more of a poetic, just general swath of the, what is the feeling, the mood, the lighting, color, palette of the location.
The whole world of Geonosis is a combination of a kind of organic designed environment with a kind of tinge of industrial design in it.
Through the notes and direction and George's sort of trust in us exploring things, literally in the doodle sketchbook phase, we can quickly leap from a verbal concept to these color abstracts. George really was into these termite-inspired towers, as if they're great architects in the natural world. So by bringing in these tower elements, carving into the rocks, it shows an ancient society, very insect-like and very primal.
Poggle is something a little bit tougher than the average Geonosian. George presented them as a species that could just sort of disappear into the rock.
These ideas provide an inspiration and a conversation point for our meetings with George.
Once we've had those conversations about the Clone War, where basically everything in the movie's covered.
Yeah.
And we're in it, in everything. There's nothing sort of sitting on the shore anymore. It was a giant arena where there was an execution, so it was very much, like a Roman Colosseum in that guise of a spectator sport. We built this huge stadium.
During the ground battle, we'll use this. It'll be photographed and then replicated over and over again to help create the Geonosian landscape.
I think the camera move is going to start somewhere in here and use this corner as if the gunships have come out. They're coming around here, they're heading that way, and they're kind of flying past this piece, so the camera will come across this way. Fabulous.
It's fantastic. It's exotic, something we haven't done before.
So here we go.
Here we go.
300-something shots to do with this.
A whole reel.
Yeah.
The ability to be able to take anything that you can imagine and turn it into a completely photorealistic event where you can comp in any actor and it's seamless is really the dream that all of us have.
It's his point of view, so the camera would be right there. You see this edge.
Pretty tight then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sort of a waist shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot that, then we have a geography of what it is we're looking at in terms of backgrounds and whatnot. It's a giant exercise in having a vivid imagination. And the effect of 1,000 screaming termites.
Yeah.
That helps.
We've got
match moves that have come from the plates that they shot on live action. I can now key out the blue and then see what our characters look like when I'm first lining up the shot, so that as we pan or tilt or slide across the background, it's going to match exactly what the characters are doing. Now we got a lot of close-up shots, and so we found that it would be faster if we just split the entire arena in half and then have one crew doing the opposite direction of the other crew. And that way we can get more stuff into post faster and get those shots coming out.
I think is probably the largest action sequence we have ever tried to even contemplate, much less achieve. We're very, very excited about it. It is so big.
Whether there'll be anything quite on this level in terms of a real six in the next film, but it'll be more like Empire, where it's mostly just personal rather than grandiose.
That's what you said last time.
Well, I said this is a love story, and it's not a...
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot fewer visual effects this time because it's a love story.
I lied, didn't I?